So, guys, the fans of Arsenal are continuing every other day that passes by to say to it that their sick bay is really surging with injuries. And guess what? The latest are Trossard, Rice. Remember, before these two went ahead to be added to the list of the sick players they really had, we had confirmed that Mosquera is injured, Gabriel Magalhaes is injured, Kai Havertz is injured, Saliba is injured. All those four are really injured, and now more to have gone ahead to obviously be added onto that list of the injured players in there for you. Smash like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is my name, and hope you guys are really having fun wherever you are. Smash it like no other, and then you will thank me later in there for you. We are going to be talking about Xavi Simons. I think yesterday he scored in the Champions League in there for you, as Spurs we are really beating Sparta Praha, and also Mohamed Salah's stories never really cease, as you know exactly what is really happening for Salah and his manager. They fell out, and now the players are asked what is really happening in there for you. We get straight into the story of Arteta on what he said about Rice and Trossard and Saliba. He said, no, Declan Rice was ill. He was quite sick after the game, and he hasn't traveled with us. William Saliba is not available, and Leo again picked another knock in an area where he had the issue, and I don't expect that it's going to be long. Now, this is where I obviously go outside there and ask what exactly is happening, for Arsenal, because for Trossard, he got injured when Arsenal was playing, was it Bayern Munich or Brentford, one of those two games. That's when Trossard got an injury, and when he got the injury, he really moved out, and he returned when Arsenal is losing to Aston Villa, and he even went ahead to score a very beautiful goal to level up onto that game, though Arsenal failed to score the winner, and then Aston Villa took the chance to score the winner. You understand? So the club of Arsenal is really going to be missing out on Leandro Trossard. We don't know whether he was really hurried back or it was just something that was meant to happen. Because when you look at Leandro Trossard, I tell you, he's a very good player. To me, he's the best left forward that Arsenal really does have. And it was self-explanatory that when they are trailing by 1-0 against Aston Villa, their manager came up and obviously got him onto the pitch ahead of Martinelli. And remember, Gabriel Martinelli was one of those that was on the bench, and the manager was like, in this game or in this match scenario, all I need is a player called Leandro Trossard to bail me out. And indeed, Trossard came off the bench and bailed out the manager, but they failed to score another goal, and Aston Villa went ahead to score the second one to make it 2-1 in there for you. So Trossard is another one who is really injured, but the manager tells us something that is really shocking, that he really got a knock in that same area where he really got injured. So what does that preach? It preaches that the club of Arsenal had gone ahead to really bring this guy back before he was really fully ready to play. I understand you can really get a setback, but not in that manner in there for you. And they train separate with Declan Rice in there for you. Leaving Trossard aside, we go to Declan Rice. Declan Rice, for him, the manager tells us that he's ill. And all I can tell you about Declan Rice is the guy is overrun. And I think even when I came up with my probable starting 11, he was not included because he needed to rest. No reason to take him to Belgium. Let him rest for a full week. And I know he would have wanted to recharge his batteries to come in through and really play against Wolverhampton Wanderers at the Emirates. And if at all Arsenal really takes an early lead, like 2-0 at halftime or 3, you get Declan Rice off. I think it no longer makes sense for Arteta to play Declan Rice for 90 minutes. He's a special player. And I think the manager needs to manage his minutes better, because if he does so, it will benefit the club for Declan Rice to be readily available, knowingly that he's not an injury-prone player in there. So he was ill and he never traveled with the club. Then William Saliba, many thought that he would show up onto this game. And in my mind, I never thought that he could show up. Even if he was fully fit, there was no reason for Arsenal to obviously gate in this guy. Because they are playing a side that has how many? That has only 4 points. You understand? And Arsenal is topping the table in there. So all what they have to do is simple. They have to really leave him, let him rest. And even when it comes to the games of Wolverhampton Wanderers and the game of Everton, I don't really bring Saliba on. Why would I? Because there are much more better games that you would want him to feature in other than these ones. That is it. So for Saliba, I think that's great for him because Arsenal will play Crystal Palace in the EFL Cup quarterfinal. Then Brighton. Now, the best game for him to come for is this game when Arsenal is playing Aston Villa, meaning that you can bring him in the game of Brighton to get him some minutes and really get back some fully fit, some good match fitness. Then later, bring him in the game of Aston Villa. There is Bournemouth, there is Liverpool, So that is another set of games. Aston Villa, Bournemouth, and Liverpool, Those 3 games, one on the 30th, the other on the 3rd of January, and the other one on the 8th of January. So those are really going to be huge games in there for you. And I tell you what, you need to obviously see this coming to pass. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. Smash the like button, comment, and share. And we get to the Salah story after really talking some little bit of Arsenal. Andy Robertson, one of those that has long lived with the Salah at Liverpool, has come out and said the following on Mohamed Salah. I love playing with Salah and I hope I continue playing with him. It will be up to the other people. It's not up to me. Obviously, the decision of whether Salah stays or goes is up to the board of Liverpool and the ownership. It's not in the hands of any player. I know he'll be having the support of other players, but they're not the ones to decide. Who is to decide? Obviously, the person to decide is supposed to be the board. So we await what decision will be made for Mohamed Salah, as he looks like he's not willing to eat the humble pie for his future at a club of Arsenal. Sorry, at the club of Liverpool. And that's it from the side of Robertson. And let's conclude with the side of Spurs. Yesterday, Spurs went ahead to obviously do the needful. And they beat Slavia Praha by 3-0. In the due course of that, you know what went ahead to happen? Spurs did the needful and put out a very huge showcase. Xavi Simons was on target by scoring a penalty, and his manager, Thomas Frank, was really over the moon. And when asked about Xavi Simons' performance, he said he's doing well. I also like his work ethic. There was a great recovery run in the 90 minutes plus where he just got all the way back, which is crucial for me, for us, for everyone to work very hard. So I like his overall performance. So that's what we are getting in from the manager of Spurs. And for me, I believe in Xavi Simons. All he needs to do is to settle in very well. We all know that he never had a perfect preseason with the club of Spurs, and now he's trying to obviously fit in the club. So we await to see how things will pan out for the side of Tottenham Hotspur as they go all in to see what will happen at them in there. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. I call upon for your reactions into the comment section below about Declan Rice and Trossard injury setback. What do you make about that? And obviously Robertson on Mohamed Salah, that he loves him, but that decision is not in his hands. Do you think the board will decide to keep Salah or not? And lastly, Xavi Simons going ahead to put in a very huge shift that the manager is really loving, and he's obviously giving him confidence as he plays to convince the Dutch national team manager that I'm ready to be playing for your team, for the Dutch national team at the World Cup that is going to be played in the US, Mexico, and Canada. come next year in the summer. Rokani David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later and bye-bye.